And for more on this, let's bring in Kathryn Kolbert, reproductive rights attorney and author of Controlling Women: What We Must Do Now to Save Reproductive Freedom. Kathryn, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Renee. It's a pleasure to be here.
So what does this decision mean then for Kate Cox and her health?
Well, it's horrible. And let me just say, I think that the takeaway from rulings like this is that laws that ban abortion in all kinds of circumstances that women face during pregnancy are cruel, inhuman, unbearable to the women who have to carry an unintended pregnancy that could endanger their health or their lives. And I think we need to really get serious about making sure that lawmakers who pass these laws are thrown out of office.
Aren't there supposed to be, a small room for exemptions here? If a pregnancy putting a woman's health at risk isn't enough, then what is enough for an exemption?
Well, according to these legislators, not much. A woman's life being endangered would be permissible, but how you determine when a woman's life is, let's be real here about what doctors are faced in these circumstances. They have to make a judgment that the woman will die if they don't intervene. Now, most doctors don't want to think about that. They want to do everything they can to not only protect the woman's health, but to protect her future fertility. And in this instance, the appropriate course of conduct is to perform the abortion as early as possible. All of the fact that they have to go to court to request a particular ruling, that they have to go up on appeal, is just excruciating, not only for this individual woman, but for all women who are facing these kinds of circumstances. And that's why I keep coming back to the point of view that the government has no role in these circumstances. The government shouldn't be telling women and their doctors when it's appropriate to obtain appropriate and necessary health care. And these laws ought to be repealed. But the only way we're going to make that happen is to make sure that legislators like those in Texas are not returned to office.
What kind of legal recourse could Kate Cox have since her health is at stake here?
Well, not much. I mean, it is up to now the Supreme Court of Texas to make a determination about whether or not this particular circumstance falls within any of the exemptions of the law. And because what's happened here is that she is experiencing a pregnancy with fatal fetal anomalies, which are not specifically exempted by the law itself, it's very possible that the court's going to reject her view. What's her alternative? She needs to travel to a safe state, to a state that doesn't ban these kinds of abortions. And for women in Texas, that's a long haul. It may mean going to New Mexico. It may mean going to California. Because she's 20 weeks pregnant, there's fewer providers around the country. I think it's really important that we understand that bans on abortion have real ramifications for the health and lives of women, and we need to make sure that they are repealed as quickly as possible.
All right, we will have to leave it there. Kathryn Kolbert, reproductive rights attorney and author of Controlling Women: What We Must Do Now to Save Reproductive Freedom. We thank you very much for your time and insights today.
Thank you, Renee.